And welcome back, everyone. Last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, Goku had managed to find several of the Saiyans. Not all of them, but several of the Saiyans. He found Paragus and Broly. He also found Tarble. And he brought them together to kind of and explain, what's going on. I'm going to look for eventually my brother, or Nappa, Vegeta, and Raditz at another point in time. He ended up finding Frieza's ship. Now, Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz are currently out on a mission right now. So Goku's kind of just wandering the ship. It's like, so there you are. Oh, and who is this exactly? My name is Goku, and my name is Goku, and I'm the one who's going to kill you. And so that's where we left off. Frieza just kind of paused a bit. Kill me? Oh, that's very amusing. Wait, the hair, the tail, the front of the scent of bananas. You're a Saiyan. How did you manage to survive? Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, that's exactly why I asked. But I suppose it's possible a few of you probably managed to remain. After all, they did send you out into hordes as children. Would stand to reason a few of you did manage to slip through my grasp. So more than a few, actually. More than just a few. What do you mean by that? It doesn't matter. The Saiyan race is still actually very much alive. I mean, assuming take the 3 you have on the ship out of the equation, there's at least 4 still out. At least 3 still out in the universe right now. So really? Well, I suppose I'll have to pay them a visit. But first, I'll have to deal with you. Yeah, deal with me. Of course. And he just kind of smiles, you came here with the assumption to kill me then, is that right? Well, here I am. Let's see what you can do, Saiyan. Of course, I should warn you, this game is a full contact sport. And he just throws a death ball right at Goku, just grabs it. He's like, yeah, I guess you should have this back. Blows a hole right out of the side of his ship. Just, you're strong, I see. So, and he just gets out of his, throne and just, steps out, and I see. You're different. And just, he has a scout around. And say, your power isn't anything that impressive, but I'm guessing you're hiding it. Well then, if you're able to mount a counterattack from my death ball like that, then then I should really have no reason to hold back as much. Go all out. I'm going to beat you at your very best, Frieza. Oh, I don't think my best will be needed for you, but you've definitely earned at least a taste of my true power. Powers up. Now then, shall we continue? Just tries to appear behind Goku. Goku just Goku doesn't even have Ultra Instinct on. It's like, comparatively, Frieza is moving, as fast as they appear, Frieza's just like, it's like, so Goku's like, I got your tail. Is this really the best you have, Frieza? Come on. I've told you you're supposed to be the great conqueror, the one to destroy obliterated planet Vegeta. You surely have more power than this, you little... How is this? And again, and now it's like, instead of going like, it's more like, because the Mitch Badger, oh, that's a little better, but you've got to have more than that. Just puts him down. Goku has basically just been not truly fantasizing about it, but being back in Universe 7, knowing what happened to his race, and knowing the man responsible is just out there, Goku's taking his revenge. He's like, you, very well then, you asked for this, and Goku just standing there. Now then, you really want my best? I'll give you my best. I'll give you a glimpse. 50% of my power. That's what. Just to show you how completely outclassed you are. Yeah, powers up. And Goku's like, and finally, that's a little bit better. Finally, you're actually showing something more impressive. Where Goku's actual base, by the way, lies is completely up in the air. When we're dealing with God Ki, dealing with power levels is kind of a moot point, especially because all that power is in Goku's base at this point. But Goku is it's kind of like what Goku's fight with Beerus initially was like. Beerus goes completely outclassing him no matter what. Um, and he started to put a little effort in once Goku was going into more form. So this is kind of what it's like for Goku. Probably a more actually, it's probably on a greater scale because Frieza just isn't even close to that. Just do do do. So Goku's doing the Beerus where it's just do 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 do. He's blocking it with his hands. Just do do do. I'm actually putting a little bit of effort in. That's more like it, Frieza. But if this is half your strength, there's no way you'll ever be able to beat me. You! And just beats Frieza all over. Said, I'm going to erase you! Finally, just, I've had enough of you. Once I kill you, I'm going to enjoy taking out my frustration on everything I have on you. My rage, my fury, my disgust with your entire species! And Goku just looks at him. Take your best shot. And Beerus up. Now die! Throws the death ball at him. Goku finally decides to show off. Let me show you just what. Let me show you exactly why you can't win, Frieza. Just grabs that, and it wasn't even a death orb he used against, or a death ball he used against on Planet Vegeta. It was a different technique. It was this black ball of crackling energy. But Goku just literally grabs it, just annihilates it as he's to the God Key. Music comes in, just he says, what is this? I'm Goku, Super Saiyan God of Universe 6. And Saiyan of Universe 7. Son of Vados. And I'm going to end you, Frieza. It's at this point, though, Goku is the second time Goku's actually had to show off God Ki. And you have a god-like individual in the universe, that's going to raise attention. And just as he's about to, he wails on Frieza a little bit, does the god bind, he's about to finish it, before all of a sudden, just like, boop, all of a sudden, he senses something, it's like, It's like, Goku, may I ask exactly what you're doing? This, Whis, hi. Hi there. This is the one. Frieza's the one who destroyed my planet and destroyed my people. Indeed, I'm aware of Frieza destroying Planet Vegeta. You should know though. Should know before you go all revenge on universe that you're not technically a part of, Goku. I'm from this universe, true, but do you honestly feel like you're a part of it? And Goku kind of hesitates. You were raised by my sister in Universe 6. You weren't raised in this universe. Honestly, you're more Universe 6 at this point than a Universe 7 individual. But he has to pay for his crimes. Oh, I agree. I'm not necessarily going to stop you. I'm just needing you to understand the ramifications. You're acting basically as a representative not of Universe 7, despite that's where your birth may be, but of Universe 6. And unfortunately, inter-universal conflict is not really all that welcome among the destroyers and the angels. You will bring forth greater problems for you and your mother and your Uncle Champa if you were to continue with this. So what? Should I just let him live? I can't necessarily say, but I would be careful. Lord Beerus probably has his eye out on Lord Frieza as well, and I would not want to get in the ire of Lord Beerus's way. Beerus is Shampa's brother, right? He's the destroyer of this universe. That's correct, and he's at least as strong as Champa. Honestly, don't tell your uncle this, but probably greater in strength, despite how much he doesn't actually train. So I leave it up to you. Of course, then again, I'm not the one you'll be answering to anyway. Wait, what do you mean? Is it Goku? And that's when the chill runs down his spine. Come on. He turns and he sees his mom and Champa there. Goku, what exactly are you? What? I warned you, Goku. I wasn't going to defend your secret forever. And she was sweating me. What was I supposed to do? Hi, Mom. Goku, what have you been doing this whole time? Well, you went to Universe 7. You came to your home universe. Is that without my permission? Well, yeah, kind of. and you are going to now murder a man out of revenge. Is that right? He's a monster. He's the one who destroyed Planet Vegeta. Oh, and she looks back in the vest. It is true. He is the one who destroyed this entire own planet. Well, I can't say I don't. I can't say I don't blame you for being angry. I can't even say I can't understand where the or how should I put it. I can't say I don't understand where the. I'm trying to think of the best phrasing for this. Where the justification comes from. But you're not. You may have been born in this universe, son, but you're not part of it anymore. This will cause more chaos. Chaos. So please, just let it go. Go for now. Let the individuals of this universe take care of him. He's not your problem anymore. But I can't just let him. Goku, I'm warning you as your mother. Don't do this. And you just finally say, "Get up! What the hell is going on? Who are you people?" It's like, "Oh, I'm Whis, the Lord Beerus's attendant." Beerus! See? No, don't worry. Beerus is asleep right now. Of course, when he wakes up, he probably will not deem you in the best light, Frieza. After all, he may have tasked you with destroying Planet Vegeta, but he never really has cared for you that much. So maybe you should consider turning over a new leaf. Or you could keep doing what you're doing. Either way, that's not my business. Anyway, it's been good to see you, sister. As you, brother. We should catch up sometime. Oh, I'd love that. Toodaloo. And it's like, Goku. Well, it's time to go. Yeah, I just need to go and see some people first. What did you do? What else did you do, Goku? I might have found the remaining Saiyans and got them together and kind of showed them how to do the whole that power transformation technique I learned. It's like, and Vados is a little bit like, well, I suppose that's fine. After all, that is your heritage. I have no real issue with you doing that. But, and she grabs him, come along, young man. Just for that, you're not getting any dinner. What? No dinner? Come on, Mom, please, look. I learned my lesson. I'm sorry. It's like, what has happened to my life as of late? Anyway, there. It's like, Frieza's meanwhile just kind of left flabbergasted. What the F just happened? So, meanwhile, eventually Frieza, Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz all make it back to Frieza's ship, and they're just kind of confused about. Frieza's kind of just flustered, sees them. He's both enraged and a little scared by them. It's like, you, Vegeta, Raditz, we're reporting now, Lord, my lord. We conquered the planet just as you asked. I was like, did you? Well, that's wonderful, but that's not what I want. I need to know if you've had any dealings with any other Saiyans as of late. Other Saiyans? Lord, I thought we were the only Saiyans left alive. I was like, as it turns out, a couple of yours race still managed to live. One of them paid us a visit a little while ago before he was taken away by his adopted mother. It's like, really? What was this Saiyan's name? He said I don't know his Saiyan name, but his name claimed to be Goku. Though he claimed to not even be part of this universe. I don't understand exactly what's going on. All I know is Beerus the Destroyer is involved, and this is not good. Beerus the Destroyer is involved. That's not. How can that? And because Vegeta does know who Beerus is. It's like, how can the Destroyer? Why would the Destroyer God be involved with this? All I know is there are Saiyans left in the universe. Find them and bring them to me now. That is an order. Understood? Yes, of course, Lord Frieza. We'll scour the cosmos. And they're leaving. What does all this mean? What does all this mean? More Saiyans survived? Lord Beerus involved. And why is Frieza so frightened? Who is this other Saiyan that showed up? His name being Goku? I have no idea what that could be about. Doesn't sound like a Saiyan name. No, most likely they didn't know his Saiyan name. Well, again, to be fair, actually, I remember. I'm going with Goku, but his name is actually Kakarot. It was in his pod. So his name was, he said his name was Kakarot. Kakarot? You know. Runs, you know that name? That can't be. That was my little brother. Before I thought he perished within the destruction of Planet Vegeta, but he lived? And he was strong enough to scare the living daylights out of Frieza? How's that even possible? We'll have to find that out. But first, let's find these Saiyans. And so they spend ages scouring the galaxy to find Paragus, Tarble, and Broly. When they finally do manage to find the planet they're on, they are greeted by Tarble and Paragus and Broly. And they get out, and Vegeta's like, Tarble, is that you? Vegeta, hey, it's you. It's great to see you. Oh man, I never thought I'd ever see you again. How is it? So this is what Father sent you after all. This is my little brother. We didn't talk about him as his power is unfortunately on the low side. But all things considered, it's good to see you again. And who are you? And you are, it's like, I'm Paragus. This is my son, Broly. And hello. We were, and unfortunately, he's looking glaring dead at Vegeta. And unfortunately, for Vegeta, Broly could waste his ass without him even trying right now. Hell, thanks to the training we got with Paragus, with Goku, they all have Super Saiyan. So they could actually waste Paragus, the weakest of the three, because Kaba actually isn't that weak. I mean, he was sent off because he had an embarrassing level of power, but he's actually not that weak when we actually meet him. We know he's strong enough to actually be relatively equal to those two fighters, except when they combine, they're about as strong as Frieza. So, those like two ex-Frieza Force members, and he was strong enough to at least fight on par with them. So he's got a decent power level. But yeah, Paragus is even Paragus can beat these guys. So, so ultimately, it's not going to be good if they turn on. But the question is, do you know why we were banished? Why exactly? Your father feared my son's power, so he attempted to throw him out into the abyss and kill him. We were lucky to survive, but I was banished for standing up for my son. Well, if he was weak, he was not weak. No, he wasn't weak. Your father deemed him a threat. That's why he sent him out. His power was actually greater than any. His power was insane. Over 10,000 at birth. 10,000? That couldn't be. Would you like to? And now your father's dead, and you're here. So I ask you, Prince Vegeta, do you agree with your father's decisions? Which, by the way, that as much as I actually really enjoyed that movie, Dragon Ball Super Broly, Paragus' grudge against Prince Vegeta made no effing, and they pointed out in the abridged movie, made no effing sense. It was his father who did it, but his father's dead, and your name's Vegeta, so a guilt by association, whatever. It's legit. So Vegeta's like, I am not my father. I am not my father, nor am I the one who banished you. But I will say this. I don't care if he's a threat. I care if he can kill Frieza. If he's as strong as you say at birth, he must have gotten much stronger since then. That's what I care about. Not some age-old rivalry grudge you had against my father. I can assure you, we are more than capable of taking your Frieza on. You weird. You're saying you're also strong enough to take on Frieza. And so, Kaba and Paragus show off Super Saiyan. They tell Broly not to do it, but just because when Broly does it, he still has trouble controlling it. But Broly can do it as well. Because Broly already in base is, God, at least equivalent to a low-level God character, like Goku or Vegeta in base. Hell, his base was strong enough to go toe-to-toe with Super Saiyan. Dragon Ball Super level Super Saiyan Vegeta and Goku. And then he added the Kari onto that, which he also still has here. So, yeah, he can waste the Frieza without ever even transforming. So, at least this version of Frieza. And so they power up. Now, they have been training for a little bit. So Kaba and Paragus are also probably stronger here, though Kaba, I think, is the stronger of the two. It's not by a huge margin at this point in the timeline, though. So Kaba is probably tentatively weaker than Vegeta, but stronger than Paragus, who I'd put conservatively at 10,000. So I'll put Kaba at 12. But that means you got a 500 grand and a 600 grand Super Saiyan right out the gate there. And despite this power, my son even dwarfs us without even having the transform. Impossible to think they're that strong. How did you get this strong? What is this transformation? I We are shown to it by a Saiyan from another surviving Saiyan, but he lives in a different universe. Kakarot. And it's like, yeah, you met him? We've heard of him. My brother can do that? Oh, your brother's even way stronger than that. No, your brother can do things we can't even begin to imagine. How did he get this strong? Uh, could could you maybe teach it to us? This one, we can we can try. It might take a little bit. It took me a little while, and so that's what they do. They spend time practicing trying to get Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz to practice Super Saiyan and spend time training on here, training on the planet. Paragus still isn't 100% sure about Vegeta, but they convince him, like, look, Frieza's look, my father's dead. I can't agree with everything my father did. I would have overthrown him eventually when the time came. But he was a good leader, even if he had to make harsh decisions. I'm not saying that, but Vegeta, I think, is diplomatic enough to knowing Broly could straight out kill him. And Paragus too. That, I'm not saying I would have made the same choice. Let me be clear. What I'm saying is that leaders have to make decisions. And so ultimately, go. They stay there for a little bit. Under the guys that they're practicing, to find, under the guys that they're looking for these Saiyans. Eventually, they would also pick up Super Saiyan. Everyone gets a little stronger. Broly doesn't really need to get stronger. He doesn't have the wall to get stronger, really. He he still stays the same, but he still dwarfs everyone else. And you have Vegeta. Obviously, would still be the strongest Super Saiyan of the group at that point. It's just none of them are overly that strong at this time, because you can actually have low-level Super Saiyans. You can. Bardock, for example, is a low-level Super Saiyan. You can have Super Saiyans. Now, granted, I don't know if Raditz would be able to get it. I think his power level is just too low at that point. But I think what would happen is he's training with them, getting his ass kicked, and getting Zenkai, which does ultimately boost him to the point where he eventually can hit Super Saiyan. The point is, they all show up. They bring Frieza there, or the Saiyans to Frieza. So these are the Saiyans that survive. Yes, my brother Tabo, Paragus, and his son Broly. I see. And let me ask you something, Saiyans. Where does your allegiance lie? Is it our allegiance, Lord Frieza? Yes, your allegiance. You see, there's a nuisance that came about recently. Another Saiyan that is not loyal to me, not loyal to the Empire. The one that saved you from your purgatory. I'm going more into like a weird Mayori voice. Save you from your purgatory. No, that would be the Saiyans that I have sent to look for you. So, if anything, you should be grateful. You are a bit in my debt, of course, Lord Frieza. That's just Lord Frieza. I was like, then I need to know, are you loyal to me? Will you do anything I say? And they're pretty much faking this. But there's what you ask. I need to find a way to get into Universe 6. As Universe 6, Lord, I want revenge on the Saiyan upstart who thinks he can belittle me. Unfortunately, Lord Frieza, there's a problem with it. What would that be? We do not, and they all suddenly translate. We no longer serve you. I don't know what this power is, but and Frieza's like, oh crap, because he's in base, like there was suppressed form right now, and pretty much all but for Raditz surpass him in power at this point. Paragus is around 10, so he's around 500,000. We already talked about Kaba. Vegeta might be, because he's been training a little bit with Broly, have gotten a Zenkai to that 24,000 spot, so he's probably just over 1 million. Raditz is probably at probably around Nappa's level, or in between around 6, so he's probably at 300 grand. Low, but still powerful enough to give him a problem. And Nappa, whose full power is maybe actually around 7, he's probably also around Paragus' level, let's say 9, so he's around 450. It's like, you think you can threaten me? And just powers up and says, I learned my lesson from the last Saiyan, and just starts beating the hell out of most of them and going through them pretty easily. I will not be made a fool of again. All you Saiyans will die. Die! I will not be made a fool of anymore. You are all. I've indulged you long enough now for me to finish what I started. Broly, Brum! How is he this strong? He's not even transformed. Just completely and utterly wrecks Frieza. Just Broly, finish him! And then Frieza is wiped out. And all the Frieza forces that are still there are just like, we are, including Zarbon and Dodoria, even the Ginyus, who probably were maybe on the ship at that point, because he probably called them in. They're just looking on, just like, we are the ones now in charge, and if you have a problem with that, take it up with us. It's like, no, we're good. And so, meanwhile, we cut back to Universe 6, where they are, Goku's being scolded. I warned you. I was like, oh, Mom, I'm sorry, please. No, Mom, please. Please, can I have dinner? Next time. And so Goku's being punished for that. Now, real quick, like I said, what is the state of Earth in Dragon Ball's Universe 7? So I'm not going to have Kami fuse with Piccolo. That actually just doesn't make sense. It made sense with younger Piccolo. It actually doesn't make sense with King Piccolo. Because that would actually make the Dragon Balls completely useless. And the Dragon Balls still actually mean to be used. Really, all you have is just weakened Z fighters on the planet at this point. The Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, Roshi, all of them are just weak Z fighters. Like, there's not, and Jiro probably isn't even around anymore because King Piccolo would have annihilated the Red Ribbon Army. So yeah, Earth is not playing a big factor in this what if right now. That may change, but ultimately no. Anyway, so we're gonna end it right there. I do think though that one thing that has happened in this scenario is Beerus has finally awoken, and he's woken early. Like, Whis, what's going on? He's like, oh, Lord Beerus, you're awake. I thought you'd be asleep for at least a couple more years, at least a decade more. I could sense some energy. I sensed something I had a dream, and I sensed something that woke me up. What's going on? Oh, I'll have to fill you in. And so that's where we're leaving off with Beerus waking up. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.